Welcome to Add It Up, the podcast that makes ad tech make sense, even if you've never worked in advertising a day in your life. In this series, we take complex stuff and we break it down into simple, everyday language. Because in an industry full of acronyms and jargon, it shouldn't be this hard to understand what's really going on. I'm ksanford from MediaOcean, and whether you're brushing up, just learning something new, or honestly just curious, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to episode 3. Today, we're diving deeper into ad servers. So, if you're new to ad tech, or even if you've been around for a while, this is a term you'll likely hear all the time. And for something that comes up so often, it's not the easiest thing to explain. Chapter 1, an intro to ad servers. So let's start simple. At its most basic, an ad server does exactly what it sounds like. It serves ads. It's the technology that puts an ad in front of you, whether you're watching, scrolling, or listening to a podcast. Brands use ad servers to advertise. Agencies use them to run their campaigns for brands, and publishers will use them to fill their ad space. So pretty much everyone involved in getting an ad from idea to screen uses an ad server. So let me give you an example. Let's say there's a major retailer like Target or Walmart, and they're running a campaign for back to school, targeting different groups of people who are preparing for the school year. They've created a few different versions of an ad. So let's say one for parents that are buying for their kids, one for college students looking for the cheapest deal, and one that speaks to maybe a broader audience that's just speaking about their general products. The ad server is what makes sure each version shows up to the right audience in the right place. And here's the key thing to understand. This isn't happening randomly. The ad server is doing exactly what the advertiser told it to do. It's just doing it automatically, in real time, and at scale, which is just advertising speak for across all devices and all platforms at once. So the ad server follows the rules that were set ahead of time, like who should see which ad and when. Instead of making a person or a team of people make those decisions one by one, the ad server is doing it instantly across thousands, even millions of moments or ads. And when you try to imagine one person or one team trying to do that all themselves, it makes sense why ad servers exist. Chapter 2. Modern ad servers are way more than just delivery. Modern ad servers have evolved way beyond just serving ads. You can upload ads into their platforms, set rules, and then decide where they should run, but that's not really what makes it super powerful. What makes an ad server really powerful is where it sits. And I know that sounds weird, so let me explain. The ad server is the last point before an ad reaches a real, true person. And because it's the one actually delivering the ad, it can also tell you what happened. Where did the ad appear? Was it the first time the person saw it? Did the person engage with it? And that gives advertisers something incredibly valuable. It's a real-time, live view of what's actually happening with their ads. The ad server helps them to understand what's working, what's not, and what to do next. So, for example, an ad server can help you avoid showing the same ad to the same person over and over again. Something we've all experienced and all been annoyed by in our lifetime. You know, you're watching a show and the same ad shows 5 times in the same day, and then you're so irritated, you're like, I'm never going to buy this product ever. By the way, that's called frequency management. It's a big issue in the industry, and we'll definitely dive into it in another episode. But the ad server can help manage that. It can also identify which version of an ad is performing best and automatically show more of that one to more people. It can also reduce wasted ad spend by making smarter decisions about where ads run. These brands are spending a lot of money. They don't want to waste it on ads that aren't getting to the right person or are getting shown so much that it irritates consumers. So the modern ad server is doing a lot behind the scenes to help advertisers get better results, not just to deliver their ads. While that's still an important part of what they do. But that's also why some people think of the ad server as a sort of advertiser's superpower. It's like their sidekick that helps the hero make sure everything goes smoothly. Chapter 3, Behind the Scenes. What is the ad server actually doing to make all of this happen? It's bringing all the pieces of a campaign together in one place. So you can upload any type of ad, video, display, audio, you name it. And don't worry, we'll go into what the different types of ads are in our next episode, so we'll do a deeper dive there. But from within the ad server, you can manage all of those ads centrally, instead of trying to do it across a bunch of different platforms. You can then set rules, those rules that we mentioned earlier, and you can base them off things like location, behavior, devices, or time of day, so the right message shows up to the right audience. So an example of this. Maybe you want an ad only to show up in the Los Angeles metropolitan area, because maybe there's a product special going on that's only available there. So you don't want someone in New York to see it, think they can get it, and they can't. Or maybe you only want to promo your coffee house in the morning when people are most likely to come in. There are also other more complex strategies like retargeting, which is targeting people who have previously interacted with your brand. So something like making a purchase or even just visiting your site to try to get them to do it again and to ultimately convert or do the desired action. There's also sequential messaging, which is telling a story across multiple ads to encourage someone to, 1, learn more about the brand, and 2, to encourage them to make a purchase or, again, do the desired action. So from within the ad server, you can also schedule campaigns. You can track impressions, which remembers how many times an ad shows up on a screen, and clicks, and monitor how ads are being delivered in real time. You can also automate optimization, basically trying to get the best performance, right? So you can make sure that the best performing ads are prioritized automatically, like we mentioned earlier. And what's great is you don't see any of that happening. And that's what makes the entire experience work. It's all going on in the background. Chapter 4, what this looks like in real life. So what does this look like on an average day? You're sitting on your couch, you're watching a show, maybe on a streaming platform, and then an ad comes on. In that moment, an ad server is in action. Every time a show pauses for a commercial break, the ad server makes a split-second decision. It chooses which ad to show someone in that moment based off what the advertiser set up, as well as what the system has learned over time. And that's exactly where it connects to what we were just talking about. Instead of seeing the same ad for the millionth time, the ad server can recognize that you've already seen it. By the way, that's referred to as ad fatigue. It's a huge topic in the industry and something that advertisers try to avoid, showing the ads too much. If one version of an ad is working better than others, then, like we said, it can automatically show more of that version. And by the way, for clarity, when I say working, whether an ad is working or not, I mean that the ad is driving action, that desired action we've been talking about, right? And of course, that can be a purchase, but it can also mean just searching for the advertiser, or maybe downloading an app, or visiting their website. It can change depending on the brand and their goals. But back to what we're talking about. Behind the scenes, the ad server is helping the advertiser spend their money more efficiently. And it makes sure that the ads only show up in the places and the moments that are really going to get them results. So just remember, next time you're watching a show, all of that is happening instantly. Chapter 5, in summary. So to wrap it all up, let's ask, do advertisers need an ad server? One way to think about it is like your smartphone. You could live without one, but why would you? It's become essential. Their lives get a lot harder without one. They can run campaigns without an ad server, but it's going to be slower, messier, and honestly, probably a lot less effective. They're going to deal with more manual work and a lot of missed opportunities. And with an industry that is so competitive, that edge really matters. Thanks for listening. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe. And if there's a topic you'd like us to break down next, let me know. You can always find me at ksanford@mediaocean.com. See you next time.
You're listening to the Media Ocean Podcast Network. For more of our shows, visit www.mediaocean.com/podcasts.